Hello, welcome to another edition of Afrozone iAfrica SL on our YouTube and Facebook channel. I am your host, Ambassador Bash, and today we'll be talking to one of Sweden's finest, an amazing entrepreneur, and she goes by the name Fatmata Davies, and she's the CEO of this wonderful facility we're enjoying at the View and Sky Lounge, and also the CEO for KMO Company. We'll talk more about event planning, about food, lifestyle, everything that you need to know, and also our career pathway. Has it been for her to decide? Don't go nowhere, I'll be right back shortly. Yes, and welcome back, and we're here at the View and have the CEO's double CEO, Kim, and it's a pleasure having you for the first time.
It's a pleasure being here.
By the way, you're looking good like always. How's it been so far?
It's been challenging, but I think I'll say my life has been good.
Okay.
Considering the climate, the economic climate and everything, I think it's been good.
Can I go back to the university days when you were vice president? Moving to those amazing moments of serving as manager, to total concession. So anything that happened, and health clinic. So many in your career growing up from your teenager age into the height you are now. Tell us more.
So I actually went to private college in University, and of course before that I was born in economics. From a family of four. My mom had three girls and a boy, and I was the youngest. So I enjoyed certain things.
Yeah.
But at the same time it was a bit difficult growing up back then with a single parent. Even though my dad was alive, my mom was like literally the breadwinner of the family. She took care of us from childhood. I school did free time. I did myself in the part of this free time secondary school for girls essentially. And in '99, after the rebel invasion, I had to go to Nigeria because my uncle was living there. I finished my secondary school in Nigeria and then I came back to Sweden in 2002 to attend university here. I got enrolled into private college, joined the Black family, and I was a member of the Sfro Club. I occupied different positions from being the head of Sfro Club, the vice president of actually Kimol. I ended up being the vice president of the college students. Yeah, and it was I'll say a learning experience. It exposed me a lot. It helped me in terms of leadership and dealing with people. And when I left uni, I joined Access Bank, worked for 2 years, literally, and then I thought that I was just working for somebody else. I didn't feel that. I come from a family. My mom has always been an entrepreneur. Yeah. She's late now, but she's that woman who would sell. She would just sell anything, to survive. So I grew up knowing that you have to find your own. Because when I was at the bank, all I had was shareholders for. So I felt like I was working for somebody else instead of working for myself. So I joined the family business at Total after at school fees, managed the gas station at the school market. I'm still managing the site.
That's right. Okay.
So I'm still there, so I've left. Again, I felt like I needed to challenge myself somewhere because it was literally the same thing. And I am a people's person. I enjoy providing service for people. I realized that the event industry was a bit struggling in Sierra Leone as compared to other countries in the Western African region, not Liberia, but if you look at places like Ghana, Nigeria, they're way ahead.
Yeah, way ahead.
Yeah, and I thought we could add value, try and raise the bar, and I felt like the only way to do it was actually getting into it myself. Okay. And I've been into it for about 6 years now.
And that's interesting.
Yeah, and so as part of doing that, this facility came up.
Are there times when you felt intimidated, considering the fact that you are strong, highly educated, and at the same time you have your own funds on your own? In the past, they will tell you it has been on dependency. Women does depend on men to survive. But people like you change the narrative. There are times you feel intimidated by that?
I would say I don't know. Okay. I should be, but I'm not intimidated. I would want to say I enjoy my independence. I am married. I'm a mother. But at the same time, I enjoy the fact that I can go out and fend for myself and be able to provide certain things a lot when my husband. I enjoy the fact that I'm able to bring something to the table. You know, it's not that I'm not the usual wife. I'm not the normal wife who wakes up in the morning and things like, my husband has to do that. I also believe that I've got to bring to the table. And the only way that I can bring to the table is by God, I'm fend for myself as well. And he's been very supportive. So no, I don't feel intimidated. I enjoy it.
The came before The View.
Yeah.
So how have you been sustaining that?
I would say by and large, succeeding in any business, especially in Sierra Leone, is having the right support system. I've got family who've been very supportive. My sister has been there. I've got a wonderful team in terms of staff. I've got my assistant who has been, I'll say the rock, now I call her Kim because I'm mostly not there. But she's there, and what she does is she handles the clients. All I do is go to feed her work. And I've got friends as well, like my partner who's partnering with me here, she's also been very supportive person like this. So having the right kind of people around you has helped me.
Kim is very popular in terms of event planning and so many other things. What's the taste of the top notch you can say?
I'd say high end. Okay. I'd say high end, but at the same time, we cater for literally in as much as we're in it for the money. For me, the money is not the end. It's about satisfying clients. I've got people that come to me and they tell me I really can't afford what I wanted to work for. And I do go out and I work for them with all my heart. Yeah, so it's top notch, but at the same time it's satisfying clients.
And you have made use of digital age with those social media post all the time, before the event, during and after all the settle. Yeah. Tell us more secret about it.
The age that we're in now, we all understand that. I don't remember the last time I was posting.
So, I know.
So I literally probably just go to a few the interesting stories that I read. I know we're in the digital age, and most people go to the internet for reference. And the type of business that we do, we see that people say that this person is good, but it's so much is spiritual. So I decided to engage Facebook, Instagram, and now we're on Twitter. I'm trying to see if I can get a YouTube channel someday. But yeah, I try to engage because almost everybody around the world can access that. So if you want to, for example, for event planners in Sierra Leone, I'm sure one of the questions that you want to listen to. So I'm asking people. So I decided to engage that because I thought it was the right channel for me to use to reach out to the type of clients that I was doing.
You love art and your fashion sense is very high. You're demonstrating it now here. You say, okay, I wanted to wear something. I said, oh, this is good. And this is also amazing. Let's talk about your fashion sense and that of art.
I still get that from my mom. Our mom, so this is what I'm wearing is the time, and my sister did besides India, and she learned that from my mom. So my mom has always been that fashionista. Growing up, in as much as we didn't have it all, she would make sure that we looked good as kids in the area. So we would want to dress up in a certain way to represent the home that we came from. So we learned all of that from our mom. In terms of the artistic, but I think I would say something that I was born with. Some people probably acquire it, but I'd say I was born with it. I've always been creative. I've always been that person that uses her hands to do things. As a kid, I would sit down and I would probably draw or put things together with my hands. So it's always been something that I've enjoyed doing, and I think I've loved it.
Let's move back to the bigger picture, The View. My first time here with the team, we were so amazed, totally surprised. I only thought it was just the open air space. Little did I know there's also this amazing restaurant and the hotel. The vision behind it.
So, having been in the events industry, I traveled to Accra, I think about 2 years ago or last year, sometime early last year, and I visited the Sky Lounge. They've got a Sky Bar, 25 in Accra, and I was there and I enjoyed the view. It was amazing. I sat there and I thought to myself, what if we have this in here? And it's so amazing, our space could have it just about the same time this came up, and my friend was notified, Davies, that I said to my partner here. She was notified that this was up for, it was advertised for release. And he told me about it, and I'm like, yeah, we're going for it. So when we came, we looked at the facility, went through it, we saw the kitchen, it was amazing. It was an industrial kitchen. And so, like you said, you have to come in to actually understand what is here. Yeah. From outside, I thought, well, then let's go and have it. So we came and we saw the hotel, we saw here, and then we went upstairs at the Sky Bar now, and it was empty. So we went ahead, put a proposal together, submitted for a bid. Because it was like 3 phases. So it was a proposal, and then they cut down some people, wrote back to us, and they said, okay, this is now the next phase. You've got to bid. We went ahead and we bidded. We had to come to like a meeting, a panel that we had to be interviewed as well. So we went through all the phases and we came out successful. And when they were looking through the document, they said to us, but it's only the hotel and the restaurant that's up for grabs. So we said, we're interested in the Sky Lounge. We want to convert it because they wanted to just leave it as an open space organic. And they eventually gave us the 3 spaces. And until when council came, the mayor came and she saw it, she was like, how happy you guys are.
I don't want us to discuss the budget or for security reasons, but it looks expensive by high.
It is expensive, but I think it's about time Sierra Leoneans challenge themselves. You shouldn't. I'm not trying to be racist, but if you go to other countries, especially with African countries, you see that the locals are thriving. I don't think as Sierra Leoneans we should look at things and think that they're bigger than us. I believe in taking up on challenges for as long as we've got a way or plan towards achieving what we want to achieve at the end of the day. Yes, figures are high, but I'm sure we'll make it.
Let's talk about the interior decoration. Was it local or you have
it was all local.
Wow.
It was all local. We decided, because apart from of course the setup for the restaurant area, but everything here upstairs were locally made because we wanted to achieve 2 levels of clientele. For the restaurant, we wanted the average Sierra to be able to walk in and eat. So you could be working at a bank at any level and you think, let me go have lunch at the view. You don't definitely have got to have millions of leons in salary to come and eat here. But then at the same time, we wanted to meet a different clientele for the Sky Lounge. So if you notice, the setup is a bit different. Yeah, so this is the plan for the restaurant. It's for every Sierra Leonean to come. We've got local dishes that is, I'd say affordable. And they're homemade. I cook them myself.
I love it. I'll bring you back shortly. I'd like to take a quick commercial break. We're here at The View and I will meet the CEO. Well, it's a double CEO now for Hakemon and out of The View. I'll be right back shortly. Seriously, welcome back, and we still have Madam Davies. Most times I prefer not to say the missus, I'll just say Madam Davies for some other things. Let's talk about the lounge. It's different. Let's settle. Last week I was here, I took some pictures after the interview, and it's different from the normal. Yeah. Even the settle, the customer care satisfaction. I think you're using your staff as family. You're not taking them as staff. Let's talk more about it.
Yeah, so I think you've just said the right thing. And I have always believed in treating people equally, regardless of what position they hold. Because today they might be your staff, tomorrow who knows, they might end up either employing you or probably your child. I believe in people growing. So for me, my staff are like family. But at the same time, like I said earlier, we wanted to create a different kind of setup for the Sky Lounge. People will tell you, I've been to this place already, but this is the only place that you come to that you get the kind of vibe that you get. Whether it's the layout, it's the music, the food, and I'll brag about our food. I assure you, I don't think anybody has come here that said the food is not good. You've got people from other restaurants come here and they've been like, so yeah, we wanted to create a different kind of vibe for Sierra Leoneans and expatriates and foreigners alike.
As an event planner, do you have any fixed idea on activities to roll up with the end of the year? To say, okay, Sundays for this, Wednesdays for this, I want artist night, and I want comedy show, I want art night, so many different things.
So we've got, for now starting up, we've got Saturdays that are outside activities. Last month we had for the whole of March, except for one day that we had Caribbean night, we had salsa. We had a European lady that came in and wanted to teach. So she started, unfortunately, she left, but she signed somebody else, and after the race, we got to go. And so we have Wednesday with salsa nights. So it'd be an evening where you come and train how to dance salsa and enjoy the music and, dine afterwards. Fridays we've got our live band shows. So what we've decided to do is to alternate now the live band and the saxophone. We've got a very, very good saxophonist. His name is Richard. He's Sierra Leonean, and he's really, really good. Yeah. So we've tried it a few Fridays, and people really enjoy it. Sundays, of course, we've got the Sunday one here down there. We just begin having Friday buffets in the restaurants as well. And with regards to the activities, I think they come as well. Because we had on the 31st of December, we had the New Year's Eve party, which was a success. That was the first thing that we actually opened this year. So that is one thing that we intend to continue to do. And we have activities from.
You know a lot of people, and a lot of people know you, so I know the business in the woman at the end of the day. Let's talk about doing the events.
So during the rains, the good news is we've got the restaurant for this year. Because the thing is, we don't want to kill the beauty up in the sky. Everybody's asking, are you covered? No, we don't want to cover the sky. And financially, I don't think we're there yet to do what we want to do with the Skyline plan moving forward. So for this year, we'll set up the restaurant area here. So we'll have our evenings here as usual. And I think the vibe will be better indoor. We feel like a club kind of space. But moving forward, if we achieve what we want to, we're thinking in the subsequent years to come to have an electronic kind of roof. Yeah, that will use only during the rains, and that will be only when it's raining. So when it's not raining, we put it off.
I know there are times we have to meet the Sky Lounge for the UK.
Well,
hopefully,
yes, hopefully we'll get there someday.
So to the hotel.
To the hotel. So we've got a 10-bedroom space, and the views are absolutely gorgeous. We've got 8 rooms that have got views to the sea. 2 of those have got private balconies, and they're quite big. And we've got 2 rooms that have got private balconies as well, but they are facing the in front of Freetown. We're picking up. I'll say we're not there yet, but we're picking up, and all the people who come and slept here.
And the names are also local.
So the rooms are local.
Yes.
And if you go into the rooms, you'll realize even the pictures are pictures of the vicinity of Freetown. So in every room, what you see is actually what you see outside of your window. So the picture in your room, if you look out of your window, that's the picture that you get.
Wow. I never realized it. And we're using one room also as a crew. That's interesting. So what next for you?
I'm open. I'll say I'm open to challenges. For now, I'm here. If anything comes up, who knows, next year, years ago. That's it.
Okay. So, any plans of hosting a major event again?
Yes, sometimes. We'll announce it.
So, I also realized that there is not much advertisement about the place in terms of TVCs, those still photos and all. Is it a marketing strategy or you're waiting for something?
It's not a marketing strategy, we're waiting for something.
You want to change the face again? This is beautiful.
This is beautiful. No, we're not waiting to change the face. So we're going to use the same face, but we want to achieve certain kind of pictures and videos for and we've done radio recordings already and those will come out soon.
That's interesting. Alright, so your wonderful advice to all the young inspiring students out there?
I'd say push your heart to what you want to do. Believe in yourself and only take up things that you really would enjoy. It's not about what people see or what you see people succeed in it. I have been able to succeed in event management because I enjoy doing it. I have a passion for it. I go out every day, I go to work, and I look at what I've done and I'm proud of it. And people come back to me, it's the feedback that I get. So I'm not bored. So do something that makes you happy, that makes you want to get out of your bed every morning.
And how can someone reach out to the viewer and K1?
So we are available on Facebook. So let me separate them.
Yeah, please, you need to separate.
So K1 is the parent company for the year. But so for K1, we've got our showroom at Aberdeen Road. It's 3 South Summit Village Road. You can reach us on 099-200-300. Or you check out our social media handles on Facebook. We are at K1 Events, and at Instagram we're K1_events. And our website is www.k1events.sl.com. For the view, we are at the New City Fancy Building. We're on the 14th, 15th, and 16th floors. We're on the skyrise.
You have to pay.
Yeah, we are. and just so you know, that we've got private parking. So we've got a 4-story parking in the evenings, and the council will be generous enough to allow us to use it in the evening. So we've got private parking. But so you can reach us on the 14th, 15th, and 16th floors of the New City Council Building. You can call us on 073-33-2323 or 033-33-2323. You can also find us on Facebook at the VUSL, Instagram at the VU-SL, and our website is www.theview/sl.com.
As a beauty queen and all, so do you still have what it takes to eat the one?
I can still walk, yes.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Try some more.
Okay. Do I have room here?
Yeah.
My poses
Well,
and
So that's all we can afford for today. Many thanks to our amazing guest and the CEO of Chemical and also the view and our mother Davies. And we're now joining Ryan Cannell for our Innovation Entrepreneurship Corner. Now joining some other time for Afrozone and Africa. So keep watching. Hello and welcome. This is the Innovation and Entrepreneur Corner, and I am Ibem Kano. On this edition, I am delighted to join by Ambassador Bilal Hafiz Kaba, and he is the founder of Bilal Skill Institute. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah, I've been the founder of Bilal Skill Institute. What are the problem or situation you're trying to solve within your community or amongst young people?
Okay, thank you very much. And Hafiz Bilal Kaba is the name, a proprietor and principal of Bilal Skills Training Development Vocational College, situated at Kisi, YMCA to be specific. And owing to the fact that we are getting a lot of graduates from the different universities across the length and breadth of Sierra Leone. And our problem in Sierra Leone, when we look at entrepreneurship or that of innovation and job employability, Sierra Leoneans, we need more of creativity than that of formal education. Owing to the fact that University of Sierra Leone is having graduates with social work. You look at Jala University, they are having graduates with social work. You look at Unitech, Unimac, and the likes. So the establishment of Bilal Skills Training Development Vocational College is to ensure that we empower youth, vulnerable youth, more so orphans, persons with disabilities, in order for them to feel among and feel belong by having a specific skills that will transform their lives.
Then, which is good. But it is not just about training young people. It's about giving them the right skills and the competency which is needed. So how best your institution have gone far in achieving this?
We have been in establishment for 5 years now. And when it all started, we started with tailoring. By then, we moved into areas in the eastern part of our country, Shell to be specific, and other areas that are not named. But those specific areas, they were having commercial sex workers. And commercial sex workers, they depend only on their commercial activities. But we are able to inform them and get them informed that if you have vocational training or you have skill training, you can forget about the commercial sex working and then empower yourself. At the end of the day, we were able to get 50 of them, and then they started with the tailoring. Now, as I'm honoring this particular interview, one of them is the head of the department for the tailoring department now, of which I will not call her name because of certain reasons. But owing to the fact that vocational education can play a significant role in changing the mindsets of youth, more so in creating employment facility. Those whom we train now, they have institutions for themselves, they have tailoring shop for themselves. Now, they have also created employment for others who were unemployed.
And which is good. I can sense that you have passion for what you're doing. And so basically, I would like to know what urged you for this journey, which you have undertaken.
Thank you very much. I remember one of my interviews again. And I aided from a family wherein nobody got formal education. My late father was a tailor, my mother was a petty trader, and the entire family, we are 16 in number from an extended family. Nobody honored formal education. After attaining my first degree, then I moved for me to have my second degree and moved for my first master's degree. Then I decided that I need to become a skill training expert. When I moved to Ghana, majority of youths by then, men, young boys, all of them, they moved for make-upping. I was there to represent Sierra Leone in a WASU event, West African Student Union Summit. By then I was a Student Union President at Miltimagai College, now Miltimagai Technical University. So I joined the particular skill training in order for me to become a makeup specialist. Then I developed a passion. I became a makeup specialist then. Then I asked myself a question. What I'm getting from being a makeup artist, and look at what I'm receiving as a teacher then at Sir Winston and that of the Annie Walsh Memorial Senior Secondary School, teaching there then, it's not commensurate to what I'm getting in my own specific skill training. So I decided to have an establishment that will be named by then Bilal Skills Training Center. By then it was Center. When I wrote a letter to the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education and they called upon me, upon my presentation with Youth Service Commission, that of Freetown City Council, and then with Youth Commission, they decided that I need to transform from center to training college. There comes in the establishment of Bilal Skills Training Development Vocational College. There comes in many youths in Kisi vicinity. So they urge up for them to be trained. And majority now, as I speak, majority now we have computer specialists, building and construction. Some men are even doing makeuping and cosmetic. They all believe in the skills training as a means of creating employment for them.
All right, so let me bring you into was time management, because I can see you are a lecturer and proprietor of Bilal Skill Training Institute.
Of course.
And also you own the primary school, which is an Islamic school.
Of course.
And also you are a consultant from the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education.
Of course.
So how does you manage your time in giving your time to each and every sector of the things that I have just mentioned?
As an expert in time management, I believe in schedules. In anything I'm doing, even when I have to move to university to lecture, I have my time. I know today is Monday, I need to be there at this time, I'll be there at that time. After which, I'll leave there, because for me, time is money. I manage my time very well. And I honor, whenever I know I am having an activity, I have to ask my secretary, what's my schedule for tomorrow? Then after looking at my schedule, then I prepare myself to honor whatever that will come my way. So to me, time management is very effective. To me, my time is my money and time is wealth to me. So whatever I'm doing, I run on time and I operate with time.
So before I leave you, let's talk about your trip to Ghana.
Well, it's all about skills, training and innovators. I was in Sierra Leone. I honored an interview at Radio Democracy wherein an international expert listened that particular program. For my presentation, I was honored and I was called upon. By May next month, the 22nd of May, I should be in Ghana to represent Sierra Leone and to be one of skill innovators in Africa to discuss about the way forward of skills development training for youth employability and innovation, not only in Sierra Leone, but in West Africa at large. So at my age, as a lecturer, as an entrepreneur, as a consultant, I believe in skills development training for sustainable growth and development in Sierra Leone. So I'm encouraging the central government, I'm encouraging experts, I'm encouraging NGOs, I'm encouraging youth in Sierra Leone. Let us do not look at only formal education. With skills development training, if you are a skills training expert, you can make money at the end of the day and you can change the narrative.
Exactly. So what would be your word of inspiration to young people out there?
Well, my word of inspiration to young people out there as a very young Sierra Leonean, I am not only having a formal education, I'm not only a lecturer, but I'm also a skills training expert. Not only for Africa, not only for West Africa, but the world at large. So I'm encouraging youth out there, whether you are a lawyer, whether you're an accountant, whether you're an engineer, moving to have a specific skill. If you have a specific skill, you can transform your own life and you can create employability for others, not only in Sierra Leone, but the world at large.
So before we close, how people may contact your institution?
Well, you move to Shell, you can locate Bilal Skills Training, or you go to Facebook, just type Bilal Skills Training, you can get access to our institution. And then whatever you want to know, when you go to Facebook, you have access to it.
Many thanks to our guest, Mr. Bilal Hafiz Kabar, and he is the proprietor of Bilal Skill Training Institute. And to the rest of the team, till next week, I am Ibrahim Kanu.